Is your car's AC barely keeping up in the heat? And isn't it as cold back when you bought your car? Well, most drivers don't realize it's actually easy to fix without spending big money at the mechanic. In fact, it costs nothing at all. Today, I'm sharing 15 secrets that can make your car's AC feel twice as cold. These aren't gimmicks. They're real tricks that mechanics never bother telling you, because if you knew them, they wouldn't get any profit. By the end of this video, you'll get an ice-cold air every time you open your AC, just like a brand new car. Not only that, you'll save $2,000 by avoiding a mistake that most drivers make with their AC. Let's jump right in with secret number 15. Stop pointing vents directly at your face. Look, I get it. You're melting and you want that cold air blasting your eyeballs. But here's the thing. You're doing it all wrong. When you aim those vents straight at yourself, you're basically creating a tiny ice cave for your face, while the rest of your car stays hotter than a jalapeno's armpit. The secret: point your side vents toward the windows and your center vents toward the roof. Physics 101, people. Cold air sinks, so let it cascade down naturally. This circulates the air throughout the entire cabin instead of just cooling your nostrils. Plus, you won't end up looking like a raisin from all that direct cold air drying out your skin. Think about it. When you blast air directly at yourself, you're creating a localized cold zone while the rest of your car remains a sauna. It's like trying to cool a house by standing next to one fan instead of using the whole HVAC system. The goal is even temperature distribution, not creating a personal Arctic bubble. This simple redirect can improve overall cabin cooling by up to 15%, because you're actually using airflow dynamics instead of fighting against them. Your passengers will thank you, and your AC won't have to work overtime trying to compensate for poor air circulation. But wait, before you start redirecting those vents, you need to know about the one button that 90% of drivers completely ignore. Secret number 14. Master the recirculation button. That little button with the looping arrow isn't just decoration. It's your AC's secret weapon. But here's where most people screw up. They either never use it or use it at the wrong time. When you first get in your volcanic car, don't hit recirculation immediately. You'll just be recycling 140-degree air like a heat-powered hamster wheel. Instead, let fresh outside air flush out that superheated cabin air for the first 2 to 3 minutes. Then switch to recirculation mode. Once you flip that switch, your AC stops sucking in hot outside air and starts reusing the already cooled cabin air. Studies show this can increase AC efficiency by up to 30%. That's like getting a performance upgrade for free. Here's the kicker. Most people think recirculation makes the air stale, but that's nonsense. Modern cars have cabin filters that keep the air clean, and you're not going to suffocate from reusing cabin air for a few minutes. What you will do is drop your cabin temperature faster than a lead balloon. The real magic happens when you combine this with proper timing. Master this technique, and you'll notice the difference immediately. Your AC will reach optimal cooling in half the time, and your fuel economy will improve because the system doesn't have to work as hard fighting external heat. Speaking of free upgrades, here's a $10 trick that mechanics don't want you to know about. Secret number 13. The windshield sunshade hack. You know what's cheaper than therapy for road rage caused by a blazing hot car? A windshield sunshade. Seriously, this $10 piece of reflective material is like sunscreen for your dashboard. Parking in direct sunlight can raise your cabin temperature to 140 degrees or more, but a simple sunshade can drop that by 20 to 40 degrees. That means your AC doesn't have to work like it's fighting the surface of Mercury just to get your car breathable. Pro tip: get the reflective kind that looks like it belongs on a spacecraft. Your AC will thank you, your dashboard won't crack, and you'll look like you actually know what you're doing. The best part about sunshades: they work even when you're not in the car. While everyone else is getting into mobile ovens, you're stepping into a vehicle that's actually manageable. It's like having a personal assistant that works 24/7 to keep your car comfortable. And here's something most people don't realize. Sunshades don't just help in summer. They also prevent UV damage year-round, which means your interior stays looking fresh and your resale value stays high. It's a $10 investment that pays dividends in comfort and cash. But what if you're already driving and your AC feels weaker than a politician's promise? This next secret will change everything. Secret number 12, the heat evacuation technique. Here's a free trick that'll make your AC work 40% faster, and it takes less time than checking your Instagram notifications. Before you even think about cranking that AC, open all your windows and doors for 30 to 60 seconds. Yes, all of them. Why? Because your car interior can reach 160 degrees. That's hot enough to literally bake cookies on your dashboard. Your poor AC is trying to cool air that's hotter than Death Valley in July. Give it a fighting chance by letting that superheated air escape first. Even better hack, roll down just the passenger window, then open and close your driver door like you're fanning a fire. The door acts like a giant pump, forcing out 2/3 of that trapped heat in seconds. It looks weird, but it works like magic. This technique is based on simple air displacement physics. Every time you close that door, you're creating pressure that pushes hot air out through the open window. It's way more effective than just opening windows because you're actively moving air instead of waiting for it to drift out naturally. The best part, this works even if you're parked. You can cool your car down significantly before you even start the engine. Do this for 30 seconds and you'll save your AC system minutes of hard work. It's like giving your cooling system a head start in the race against heat. Now that you've mastered heat evacuation, let's talk about the most neglected component that's secretly sabotaging your cooling. Secret number 11. Replace that nasty cabin air filter. Your cabin air filter is the unsung hero of cold AC, and it's probably dirtier than your browser history. This little guy sits behind your glove box, looking like it hasn't seen daylight since the Obama administration. A clogged filter can reduce AC airflow by up to 30%. That's like trying to breathe through a sock. Most manufacturers say replace it every 12,000 to 15,000 miles. But if you live somewhere dusty or drive behind coal trucks, do it more often. The best part, it costs less than a fancy coffee and takes 5 minutes to replace. Your AC will go from wheezing like an old bulldog to purring like a happy kitten. Most people don't even know this filter exists until their AC starts performing like it's powered by a hamster on a broken wheel. By the time you notice reduced airflow, that filter has been choking your system for months. It's like trying to breathe through a dirty sock while running a marathon. Here's what's really happening. When that filter gets clogged, your blower motor has to work harder to push air through. This not only reduces cooling, but also shortens the life of your blower motor. Replace the filter regularly and you'll avoid both weak cooling and expensive motor replacements. If you're getting value from these secrets, kindly hit that like button. We got 10 more secrets that you definitely don't know you can do to make your AC 10 times colder, just like a brand new car. Number 5 allows you to save $2,000 in expensive repairs. Let's proceed. Secret number 10, the condenser fix trick. Your condenser sits at the front of your car like a bug magnet at a summer picnic. It's that radiator-looking thing that's probably decorated with more deceased insects than a windshield after a road trip through Montana. When bugs and debris clog up your condenser, it can't release heat properly. It's like trying to cool down while wearing a winter coat in Phoenix. Cleaning the condenser with low-pressure water spray can improve cooling efficiency by up to 25%. Here's how to do it. Let your car cool down. Nobody wants third-degree burns from hot metal. Then gently hose it down and brush away the bug cemetery. Your compressor will stop working overtime, and you'll avoid that $100-200 replacement bill. The crazy thing is, most people wash their car religiously, but never think about cleaning the condenser. It's like brushing your teeth, but never flossing. You're missing a crucial step that prevents major problems down the road. Make this part of your seasonal routine, especially if you live in areas with lots of flying insects or dusty conditions. A clean condenser doesn't just improve cooling, it also helps your AC system last longer by reducing the workload on all components. Prevention beats expensive repairs every single time. But here's something that'll blow your mind. There's a way to make your AC blow colder air without spending a single penny on cleaning supplies. Secret number 9, the counterintuitive fan speed secret. This one's gonna mess with your head. After your car cools down initially, lower your fan speed. I know. It sounds like telling someone to drive slower to get there faster. But here's the science. When air moves slower through the evaporator coil, it has more time to absorb cold. This can make the air feel 3 to 6 degrees colder at the vents. It's like the difference between chugging a cold beer and sipping it. One actually makes you feel the temperature. Start with high fan speed to get things moving. Then dial it back to medium or low once you feel that initial chill. Your AC isn't being lazy, it's being efficient. Most people think more fan speed equals colder air, but that's like thinking louder music sounds better. There's a sweet spot where efficiency meets comfort, and finding it can make the difference between me, cooling, and holy crap, That's cold performance. The science is simple. Slower airflow means longer contact time with the cold evaporator coils. It's like the difference between speed reading and actually absorbing information. Give the air time to get properly chilled, and you'll feel the difference immediately. Now, let's talk about something that could be leaking away your cold air faster than a gossip spreads rumors. Secret number 8. Checking refrigerant to make AC colder. Here's a dirty little secret. Your AC refrigerant doesn't have an expiration date. Car refrigerant or Freon doesn't expire and can last forever in a perfect system. The problem is, perfect systems only exist in engineering textbooks and unicorn fantasies. If refrigerant is 10–15% low, cooling efficiency can drop by up to 40%. That's like trying to run a marathon with one lung. You can grab a recharge kit for about $40 and do it yourself, instead of paying some shop $300 to do the exact same thing. Just make sure you get R134A refrigerant unless you like paying 20 times more for the eco-friendly stuff that your wallet definitely won't find environmentally sustainable. Here's what most people don't understand. Refrigerant isn't like oil that needs regular changes. In a perfect world, you'd never need to add refrigerant because it's a closed system. If you're constantly low on refrigerant, you've got a leak somewhere that needs fixing. But until you find and fix that leak, topping off the refrigerant will restore your cooling performance. It's like putting a bandage on a cut. It's not the permanent solution, but it'll keep you comfortable while you figure out the real problem. Just don't ignore the underlying issue, or you'll be recharging every few months. But before you start adding refrigerant, you better make sure you're not about to waste it all because of this next deadly mistake. Secret number 7. Inspecting your serpentine belt. Your serpentine belt is like the drummer in a band. Nobody pays attention to it until it stops working, and then everything falls apart. This belt connects your AC compressor to your engine, and if it's slipping, your compressor won't spin at the right speed. Look for cracks, glazing, or that telltale squealing sound that means your belt is crying for help. A new belt costs under $65, but if it fails completely, you're looking at a $2,000 compressor replacement when the whole system overheats. Check it regularly, especially if you're driving a high-mileage car. Trust me, your wallet will thank you more than a lottery winner thanks their lucky numbers. What makes this even more important is that belt failure doesn't give you much warning. One day you're cruising with cold AC. The next day your compressor isn't spinning, and you're wondering why your car feels like a mobile greenhouse. Regular inspection takes 30 seconds but can save you thousands. The serpentine belt also drives other critical components like your alternator and power steering pump. So when it fails, you're not just losing AC, you're looking at a potential roadside breakdown. A little preventive maintenance goes a long way toward keeping you cool and mobile. Speaking of high-mileage cars, here's a problem that gets worse with age and can turn your AC into a very expensive space heater. Secret number 6. Make your AC colder with AC inlet. The AC inlet at the bottom of your windshield is where your system breathes, and it's probably more clogged than your arteries after a bacon festival. Leaves, dirt, and debris love to party there, and when they do, your airflow gets restricted. Clearing a blocked inlet can improve cabin cooling speed by up to 15%. But here's the gross part. If there's moisture trapped in there, you've got yourself a 5-star mold resort. If your AC smells like a gym sock convention, spray some Lysol or AC disinfectant into that inlet with the fan on low and windows down. The fan will pull it through the system and evict those bacterial squatters. The AC inlet is basically your car's nose, and like any nose, it can get stuffy and gross if you don't take care of it. Most people spend more time cleaning their actual nose than this critical component that affects every breath you take in your car. What's really insidious about a blocked inlet is that the problem develops gradually. You don't wake up one day with terrible airflow. It slowly gets worse over months until you finally notice. By then, your AC has been working overtime to compensate, wearing out components and wasting fuel. A quick cleaning can restore performance you didn't even realize you'd lost. But what if I told you there's something even more important than cleaning the inlet? Something that could double your AC's effectiveness with one simple habit change. Secret number 5, the mistake that most people do. I know gas prices make you want to drive with the windows down like you're in a 1960s movie, but here's why that's a terrible idea. Not using the AC will cause seals to dry and leak, and the compressor could begin to corrode because metal parts get idle and cranky. Run your AC for at least a few minutes every week, even in winter. Think of it as taking your AC to the gym. Use it or lose it. A few minutes of operation costs way less than replacing dried out seals and corroded components. Your AC is like a relationship. Ignore it for too long, and it'll cost you way more than just hurt feelings. The rubber seals in your AC system need to stay lubricated, and the only way that happens is when refrigerant flows through them. When you don't use the AC, these seals dry out and shrink, creating tiny gaps where refrigerant can escape. It's like letting a garden hose sit in the sun too long. The rubber gets brittle and cracks. Running the AC regularly also keeps the compressor's internal parts lubricated and moving. Metal components that sit idle can develop corrosion, especially in humid climates. A few minutes of operation each week costs pennies in fuel, but can save you hundreds or thousands in repairs. It's the automotive equivalent of use it or lose it. Now here's where we separate the AC amateurs from the cooling professionals. Secret number 4. Make AC blow twice as cold with the evaporator trick. The evaporator is the heart of your cooling system, and it's probably dirtier than a coal miner's handkerchief. Dirt, dust, and mold that accumulate on the evaporator surface can hinder efficient heat exchange, making your AC work harder than a one-legged cat in a sandbox. You can use special evaporator cleaning foam that you spray through your cabin filter opening. Turn on the AC, spray the foam, and watch it work its magic. The foam will break down all the nasty buildup and drain out through the system's drain tube. This is like giving your AC a spa day. It comes out refreshed, clean, and ready to blow Arctic air that would make a penguin jealous. The evaporator is where the real cooling magic happens, but it's also where nasty stuff loves to accumulate. Moisture, dust, pollen, and even bacteria create a slimy film that acts like insulation, preventing proper heat transfer. It's like trying to cool down while wearing a wetsuit. Professional cleaning foam is designed specifically for this job. It breaks down biofilm, neutralizes odors, and sanitizes the entire evaporator surface. The foam does the work while you wait, then drains away through the system's natural drainage. It's one of those satisfying maintenance tasks where you can actually see the results and improve performance. But all the cleaning in the world won't help if you're making this next critical mistake that 99% of drivers get wrong. Secret number 3, the perfect temperature setting. Here's something that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about AC. Setting your temperature anywhere but the absolute coldest setting is actually making your system work harder. In a typical AC system, air is cooled to 38 degrees. If you set the temp higher, you're forcing the system to reheat that cooled air, which takes more effort and fuel. It's like cooking a steak and then putting it in the freezer. Why waste the energy? Set it to the coldest setting, then adjust your fan speed for comfort. Your AC will be more efficient, use less fuel, and blow colder air. Sometimes the most counterintuitive approach is the right one. This isn't just theory, it's how automotive AC systems are designed to operate. The evaporator coil is engineered to produce maximum cooling at its designed operating temperature. When you set the temperature dial to anything warmer, you're literally telling the system to waste energy reheating perfectly good cold air. Think of it like ordering a perfectly cooked steak and then asking the chef to microwave it a little more. You're undoing the work that was already done correctly. Trust your AC system to do its job and control your comfort with fan speed instead of temperature settings. Your fuel gauge and your comfort level will both thank you. We're getting into the advanced tactics now. This next secret involves a technique that can literally save you thousands. Secret number 2, professional evaporator and system cleaning. Sometimes you need to call in the big guns. Professional AC service can restore lost cooling capacity by 30 to 50% in some cases by fixing issues you didn't even know existed. A pro can clean components you can't reach, check for leaks with proper equipment, and ensure your system is running at peak efficiency. They can also spot problems like failing compressor clutches or clogged expansion valves before they turn into wallet-emptying disasters. Think of it as preventive medicine for your AC. A little money spent now saves a lot of tears and cash later. What separates professional service from DIY maintenance is access to specialized equipment and expertise. Pros can perform vacuum tests to check for leaks, measure system pressures accurately, and identify problems that aren't obvious to the casual observer. They can also perform deep cleaning procedures that require system evacuation. The key is finding a reputable shop that specializes in automotive AC work, not just a general repair shop that does everything. AC systems are complex, and experience matters when diagnosing problems and performing repairs. A good AC specialist can often restore your system to like-new performance with targeted repairs and maintenance. And now the moment you've been waiting for. The number one secret that ties everything together and can transform your AC from disappointment to polar paradise. Secret number one, the window tinting technique. This is the secret that keeps on giving. Professional window tints can block up to 60% of solar heat and over 99% of UV rays. That's like giving your car built-in sunglasses that work 24/7. Tinted cars stay 15 to 25 degrees cooler when parked, which means your AC doesn't have to fight solar radiation like it's battling the sun itself. Less strain on your system equals colder air, longer component life, and better fuel economy. Make sure you follow local laws for tint percentages. Getting pulled over defeats the purpose of staying cool. But done right, this is the single best long-term investment for AC performance that doesn't involve replacing your entire system. The beauty of window tinting is that it's a one-time investment that pays dividends for years. Unlike cabin filters that need regular replacement or refrigerant that can leak out, quality tint just keeps working 24/7. It's like having a personal assistant that never takes a day off and never asks for a raise. Modern tinting technology has come a long way from the purple, bubbly tint jobs of the past. Ceramic and metallic films provide superior heat rejection without interfering with electronics or looking cheap. When done professionally, tinted windows can actually increase your car's resale value while making every drive more comfortable. It's one of those rare upgrades that improves both function and form. If these AC hidden secrets surprise you or have more tips we didn't include, comment down below. I'll be happy to read them. Also, aside from these, there are actually buttons inside your own car that will blow your mind on how useful these features are. Click this video, trust me, you will not regret it knowing these secrets.